Hello students, welcome back to our mathematics class. My name is Anjali and today we are going to continue our chapter 5 of mathematics. So students, I hope you all are fine, safe and good at your places and doing great in your lives. Yes, so students, let us begin with our today's class. Basically students, I am having something with me first. Okay, yes, what are these materials? Yes, these are pens or pencil. Okay, we can consider it as a line. Okay, now students, I am going to form something from these. Okay, and you have to tell me that what have I formed. Yes students, I hope you are able to see. Yes, you might be saying that ma'am, you have taken two lines, two horizontal type of lines, and you have put one pen as the vertically, which is touching both the lines. Very good students. So now if I ask you that are you able to see the angles formed over here? Yes, there are few angles, as we have learned that what is an angle actually, and so here also we can see that some few of the angles are being formed. Okay, very good students. So now if I ask you that, so students, do you know that what actually we give the name to such lines which is intersecting the two lines? You can say that this is intersecting, right, the two pens. Yes. So are you aware of the name? What are we giving the name to them as? A line which intersects the two lines in the distinct points, and it is forming the angles also with them. Like this also here all you can see students. Okay, so if you are aware, very good, you might have already studied, so we'll be discussing more about today. But if you are not aware students, so basically we are calling them as the transversal line. And so today students, our topic of discussion will be the that what are the angles formed by the transversal and its concept, and we are going to discuss few applications of it. Okay, so I hope you are clear with that what is our topic of discussion today, that angles formed by transversal, its concept and applications we are going to discuss today. So students, what is actually a transversal? Now if you have to define it in your own words with the help of this. Yes, very good. The transversal is a line which intersects the two lines in the distinct points. Okay, if you are saying this, very good students, you have got an idea of it. Transversal is a line that intersects two or more lines in the same plane at two or more different points. Okay, that is called the transversal of those lines. And a line students that intersects two or more lines at different points, we are saying it as the transversal. Yes. Very good students. So now let me draw the diagram for you how a transversal is actually looking like. So you can see we have the two lines. Okay. And one line is there which is intersecting these two lines at the different points. This one is this point and another is this point. Okay. So here we are saying that this is the transversal of these two lines. Yes. Very good students. Now if I ask you that where do you find this transversal in your day-to-day life students? Have you ever noticed some of the things which are in this form? The transversal concept? Yes, you might be aware of many, and let me also help you out, show you that. But you might be seeing an electric pole, right? This is an electric pole. So here, and you can see in this antenna how the transversal concept we can relate here. Yes, we can relate here by seeing that this is the red line is the transversal line. Why? Yes, very good student, because it is intersecting the two other yellow lines in the two distinct points. Okay, very good. And let me show you one more example. You are very much familiar with it, which is a example of the another transversal formed. Yes, students, are you able to see it? Yes. So here also, see, many transversal we can find out, right? So even if I have to mark out one transversal, I will highlight it for you, though you can find out many. So just see over here. Meanwhile, all students, you can also do it at your places. So I'm marking it with brown color. You can see that there is a transversal which is intersecting these two different lines at the distinct points. Very good, students. So have you seen that how can we apply the concept of transversal in our daily lives also, right? There are many few more things also around you where you can find the transversal. Now students, it's your time to answer the given statement as true or false. Okay, a line that intersects one line at distinct point is called a transversal. So this a statement, a true or a false statement? You can take few more seconds and then give your answers. Very good, students. So this statement is not true, rather it is a false statement. And student, why this is false? Yes, why? Because it is saying that line that intersects at one line at distinct point, only one distinct point, but one line. It is not intersecting at one line, rather the two lines at the two or more distinct points. Very good. So now, what do you find over here on your screen? Yes, you must be seeing the concept of transversal here also. Yes. So you can see that how this one line is intersecting the other two lines at the distinct point. This line is intersecting the other two lines at distinct point. So students, are here some angles formed by these transversal or not? Yes, there are few angles which you can see over here. Let me help you to mark those angles. So students, in overall, how many angles you can see if I ask you in this the angles formed by transversal? Very good. So if you are saying 8 angles you can see, very good, students, you are correct. So our transversal, basically it forms the 8 angles. Okay, here we can see the 8 angles like this. They are being formed like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, 8. Yes, if I name those as like this, students, now here, are you able to comprehend that where are those 8 angles we can see in the transversal? Yes, very good, students. So now let's move ahead. We will be going to discuss the angles formed by the transversal. Actually, we have understood the concept what is transversal. Now we will be seeing about the angles formed by transversal. What are they called? So now students, just see over here that there are naming which we have given, that P is the transversal for the line L and M. Right? I can also mark it over here, write it over here that P is transversal for L and M. So the angles P, it is forming 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 angles it is forming. So interior angles, students, are those angles you can see that the inside of these, which the transversal is forming inside the line L and M, which is 3 and 4. And exterior, which is forming the outside, like 1, 2, 7, 8. They are the exterior angles. And students, corresponding angles pair will be what? Yes, we know that corresponding will be the angles formed on the same side of the transversal, which is 1 and 5 and 2 and 6. Similarly 3 and 7 and 4 and 8. Very good. And pair of alternate interior angles, students. Yes, it will be what? Alternate interior will be 3 and 6 because they are alternate to the side. One is that side and one is this side to the transversal, and they are interior. And similarly 4 and 5 are also alternate interior angles. Now if I talk about the alternate exterior angles, so very good. Alternate exterior is 1 8 and 2 7. Very good. And students, what about the pair of interior angles on the same side of the transversal? Very good. They will be 3 5, one pair, and another pair will be 4 6, because they are the interior angles also and the forming on the same side of the transversal. So now have you got the idea? Because we have to do some more questions related to it. Okay, so you can just see it also. If you have any kind of doubt in between, you can mention it in the comment section. Okay, so basically we have seen interior and exterior angles, the corresponding angles, which are the 1 and 5, 2 and 6. Okay, similarly the other also. Now students, let's move ahead. So now, are you able to see over here also the angles formed by the transversal? Yes, first of all, we are able to see the transversal, which is intersecting the two lines, the two different lines at the distinct points, right? Very good, student. So now if I ask you that, first of all, mark the, yes, let us consider only this image, focus on this image, and we are going to do some questions related to this image. Okay, first. Now if I ask you that, what are the interior angles in this? Yes, so one by one we will write down what are the interior angles over here. That, yes, interior angles will be, very good, it will be angle 2, angle 4, angle 5 and angle 7. Good, students. And student, what about the exterior angles? Very good, students. They will be 1, 3, 6 and 8. And what about, students, let me ask, alternate interior angles. They must be alternate and they must be interior to the two lines A and B. Very good. Alternate interior angles will be angle 2 and 7, angle 7, and angle 5 and angle 4. Yes, very good. And students, what are the alternate exterior angles over here? Yes, alternate exterior will be 1 and 8 and 3 and 6. Very good. Alternate exterior angles 1 and 8 and 3 and 6. So students, you can also side by side write also. Okay, in your notebooks, it will be very beneficial for you. And students, if I ask you the pair of interior angles on the same side of transversal, then what will you say? Very good, students. You must be saying that it will be angle 2 and 5 and angle 4 and 7. So it will be pair of interior angle on same side of transversal will be angle 2 and angle 5 and angle 4 and angle 7. Right? Very good, students. I will zoom out my screen a bit so that you can see clearly, and if you have to note it out, note down also. You can do that. Yes, so we have identified few of the angles for this diagram, which is the interior angles, exterior, the alternate interior, alternate exterior, and the pair of interior angles on the same side of transversal. Very good. So students, now can we proceed further? Very good students. So now it's time for you to fill in this blank, that there are few angles shown over here. Okay, the angles shown in this image are dash angles. So you have to name those angles, that the angles which are formed by this transversal. What is the specific name given to this angles in the yellowish highlighted form? Very good. It will be, you can say it will be interior angles, right? If I talk about, so if I ask only, let me ask only the angle 3 and 6, then tell me, because now it will be much more clear to you what you have to give the name for. Okay, so now students, yes, if you have given the answer as for the angle 3 and 6, they are pair of, let me write on the board, pair of interior angles on the same side of the transversal. Then you are absolutely correct. This will come in this blank, pair of interior angles on same side of transversal. Yes, so are we clear with it? I hope. Yes, there is no doubt now. Yes. Yes, there is one more image is there on this screen, students. What are you finding out? These are the arrows. Like we have the arrows, and they have, like someone has lift them from the Dhanush. Like they have marked it. And are you able to see over here the transversal formed? Yes, similarly here also we can see the transversal is being formed, that one line is intersecting the other two, and it is forming out the angles, different angles. Now let us discuss few more applications, students, related to this, that you have to name the pair of angles. Suppose the arrows are showing these angles. One is angle 9 and angle 10. So what will be the name for this? Very good, students. So if you are saying that angle 9 and angle 10, they will be what? Alternate interior angles. Yes, very good. They will be alternate interior angles. You are absolutely correct, students. Let's see some more. Now here, students, if you have to name this pair, angle 5 and angle 6. Yes, so angle 5 and angle 6, students, they are pair of interior angles on the same side of transverse. Okay, very good, students. So this will be the pair of interior angles on the same side of the transversal. Now students, let's move ahead. So if I ask you over here that you have to find out the pair of alternate interior angles and the pair of alternate exterior angles. Then what it will be? Just you can take your time and just give the responses of alternate interior and alternate exterior. Alternate means they should be on the different side. Like if transversal is this, one angle should be this side and one angle should be other side. And interior means the lines which are intersecting, they must be interior to that. Yes, so alternate interior angles will be, students, let me write over here, alternate interior angles will be angle C and angle F, and angle D and angle E. Very good, you all are correct. And if I ask the pair of alternate exterior angles, yes, that will be what? Angle A and angle H. They are exterior to it and alternate also. And angle B and G. Very good, students. So now I hope it is clear to you what are the transversal and how we are finding out the different angles formed by the transversal by their different names. Okay. Now students, it's your time to answer this question. That what you have to do, you have to choose the correct option. Okay. That the angles shown in the blue color in this figure which are highlighted, they are corresponding angles, they are adjacent angles, interior angles, or the pair of alternate interior angles, or they are the both C and D. Yes, you can write your responses in the chat box also, student. For this question, what will be the correct option? You can take few more seconds. Yes, students. So now what will be this? It will be both C and D. Why? Because we are saying that these blue color angles, they are the interior angles also inside the parallel lines, and also they are the, yes, I hope you might have got confused with this, right? That how both B and C and D could be possible. Yes, but students, you can see the interior are also there, and they are what? Pair of alternate interior angles. So we can categorize these two as the C. So very good, students. If you are getting answer as both C and D, you are absolutely correct. Now, so students, what have we discussed in our today's class? Very good. So today we have discussed about the, yes, angle formed by the transversal, basically the concept of transversal and the applications related to it, and how the different types of angles are formed by those transversal. So now students, if I ask you to define transversal, now how will you define transversal? Yes, that a transversal is a line which intersects the two or more lines at distinct points. Distinct means two or more than 2 points, right? And students, now here you have to complete this table. That what are, we are blank is given exterior angles. So what are exterior angles? Over here, yes, exterior angle will be 1, 2 and 7, 8. Angle 1, angle 2, angle 7 and angle 8. And students, if we are asking about the pair of alternate exterior angles, then what they will be? What is that pair? Yes, alternate exterior will be 2 and 7 and 1 and 8. Angle 2 and angle 7 and angle 1 and angle 8. Very good. And now the pair of interior angles on the same side of the transversal, students. Very good. Same side of transversal, they will be what? Yes, 4 and 6 and 3 and 5. So angle 4 and angle 6 and angle 3 and angle 5. Very good, students. So we are done over here, and we have seen the few applications also related to the transversal today, right? These are the few applications like the tower or the electric tower, and in the roads also, and those arrows example also. Right. So now it's homework time for you, students, that in the adjoining figure you have to identify all the interior angles and exterior angles, the pair of interior angles on the same side of transversal, all the vertically opposite angles also, which we have already discussed, and at least three linear pairs you have to find out. So question 2 is, suppose two lines are given, then how many transversal you can draw from these lines? You have to draw the diagram and state your reason in the 2-3 lines, that what could be the reason. And question 3rd is, you have to define transversal, and students list at least 3 examples of the transversal from your surroundings. And the activity which you have to perform, that collect few materials by which you can make the transversal, as we have discussed in our today's class. You can use the broomsticks, the ice cream sticks, or like the earbuds, and you have to take pencil, chart paper, cardboard also with you, and think of the concept which we have discussed in our today's class. Okay, so you have to make few transversal, paste those transversal on the chart paper, and then paste that chart paper on a convenient thin, thick, you can say thin sheet cardboard. And then you have to write the names of the different angles which are formed by those transversal. Okay, and give the name different names so that we can distinguish them. And this activity you have to perform at your home. So students, thank you so much. That's all for today's class. We'll meet in the next session now.